In the 1950s, President Dwight Eisenhower announced that he was naming the first civilian director in the history of the CIA. His name was Allen Dulles, and Dulles had one order: eliminate communism. But under Dulles, the CIA morphed into Washington's most powerful agency, built up by a league of ruthless assassins, operating under the orders to protect capitalism from the Soviet menace. Dulles became power-hungry. Just months into his term, Dulles green-lighted Operation PB Success, a coup to take out Guatemala's democratically elected leader, Jacobo Arbenz, and replace him with a military dictator. Why? To serve as a vanguard for corporate interests. You see, they needed to protect the profits of the United Fruit Company. They were under threat of having their land confiscated under the Arbenz administration. And the CIA has never shied away from government overthrow, from Iran to the Congo to South Vietnam. The CIA has never changed until recently, when they began interfering in American elections. And when it happened, it was called a conspiracy theory.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
Well, there's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify that.
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign. They got caught.
Barack Obama said everything was done by the book.
Oh, happy day. You know, it's a beautiful thing when, once again, the right in Trump was proven right once again. He wasn't lying. And, you know, like I've always said with these types of situations, because I know a lot of people like to look at the negative side of things and it's all doom and gloom, all goodness gracious. And I'm like, nah, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Because there's a lot more people out there that were like me than they would like us to believe. And those people that are just like I was are seeing all of this stuff play out and are thinking in the back of their minds, actually, Trump isn't the bad guy. I was lied to this entire time. He was right. He was proven right here. He was proven right there. He was right about this. He was right about that. What isn't he right about? They've been lying about him this entire time. Right? And so you have a lot of these individuals wrapping their minds around that and saying, you know what? I'm no longer supporting that party. I'm supporting Trump. Waking up people's minds. I mean, just look at the polls. Look at the polls. The polls tell you that. At least in my humble opinion. Right? Because when Trump started rising in the polls, he had a floor. Those were the people that weren't going to leave anyway. No matter what, they weren't going anywhere. So where Trump has risen to, that's all of the new folks. You know, I know the media likes to try to spin it as if those are just MAGA extremists. No, the MAGA extremists never left. Right? That's why you call them extremists, you know? At least that's why the media, you know. But MAGA never left Trump. His rise in all of these polls, that's all of the new folks. Seeing all of this stuff play out. Seeing all of this stuff happen in real life time in front of their face. He was right again. He was right again. Trump was right about this. Trump was right about that. So Trump is saying this now? Well, he must be right. He's been right about everything else, and they've been lying to me. So, hey, I welcome the Uniparty to continue lying about Trump. He'll only be proven right even more, and that will only garner him more and more support.
Barack Obama said everything was done by the book.
I guarantee that there is no political influence in any investigation conducted by the Justice Department or the FBI, not just in this case, but in any case.
Now, Obama isn't the first politician to lie and won't be the last. Last night, we brought you a bombshell report from journalists Michael Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi that allege Obama's CIA not only was involved in the Russia hoax, they started it.
The story, as you mentioned, was that, we were just informed by foreign intelligence about this. Our sources tell us a very different story, which is that this was initiated by the U.S. government. It came from within the U.S. government's intelligence community, including the CIA.
According to this report, Obama's CIA director, John Brennan, asked our English-speaking allies to target the Trump campaign, handing these foreign intelligence agencies a target list of 26 Trump associates. These 26 Trump associates were to be bumped, meaning they would be approached by assets, bumped into, and these interactions and relationships would be reported to the FBI as suspicious. These were people the CIA considered easy marks, like George Papadopoulos, 20-year-old. Foreign spies didn't discover evidence of Trump-Russia collusion and turn it over to the feds. Foreign spies were assigned by Obama's CIA to create a false impression of collusion, to trigger an FBI counterintelligence investigation. Obama's CIA worked with Hillary's foreign agents in London to hatch the hoax, which led to the FBI investigation, the illegal wiretapping, the Mike Flynn sting, and then when Trump caught wind of it, the Comey firing. And then Comey leaks the memos which triggered the Mueller investigation. Now, the Mueller investigation was designed to cover up for Obama and Hillary and tee up impeachment. It failed on impeachment, but the cover-up worked. Until now. New reporting by Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger revealed that House investigators had discovered the root causes, but their investigation and all of their documents were confined to secure rooms in Langley. And when Trump was leaving office in those hectic final days, he attempted to declassify this material, which started a battle between former CIA Director Gina Haspel, the Department of Justice, and the National Archives. The report says someone may have taken this binder of material exposing the entire intelligence community out of Langley. And it may have been what the FBI was looking for when they raided Mar-a-Lago. Others say that's not true. But the point remains that the Obama-Biden White House, their CIA and FBI director, launched an illegal preemptive war against democracy, got caught, and have been covering it up for 8 years. Schellenberger and Taibbi also say redacted FOIA documents suggest that Biden has been conspiring against Donald Trump with the intelligence community to prosecute the former president in federal court, which would be an impeachable offense. Matt Taibbi is the Racket News editor-in-chief and Griftopia author. So this is great reporting. It's hard to verify because, you know, we were told that this special counsel, Durham, was going to get to the bottom of it. Are you saying he missed this?
We were told that the scope of the Durham investigation was limited to a few areas and that he wasn't looking at this particular direction. The information that we have, the investigation that was conducted by the House Permanent Select Committee on Investigations of Intelligence, what they found was a broad political espionage campaign, and there were two main conclusions that are at the center of our reports. One is that at least 26 Trump aides and associates were improperly and without predication placed under surveillance in the election year of 2016. And the other one is that these same folks cooked the intelligence for the January 6, 2017 intelligence community assessment saying that Russia conducted an influence campaign to help Donald Trump. It's a WMD-style story. They suppressed dissenting opinions and created a false narrative.
So there's a lot of debate over this binder. Is there a binder? What's in the binder? Is it redacted? Who has it? Where is it? Is that why they conducted the raid? What's going on with these materials?
Well, it's a difficult story because we heard multiple versions of what the binder is, how many binders there are. We heard there are as many as 3. But we do know a couple of concrete things. We know that only a share of the HIPSI investigation ever got out. Of course, people are aware of the Nunes memo, which led to the investigation of abuses of FISA. We know that there was a report done into the origins of that intelligence community assessment, which supposedly never left a vault on the grounds of Langley. That's like a 17 to 20 page report that was confirmed by multiple sources. Apart from that, we were told there are numerous other investigative materials that may or may not be these binders that stories are referring to. But we know that there's a lot of stuff that didn't get out, that there was that there were thousands of hours of investigation, and their conclusions have not yet been declassified.
Well, this would just be another reason why they want to do everything they can to prevent Donald Trump from returning to the White House, because he'll blow the lid off of that. He tried to, wasn't able to at the very end, but caught him most of the time. I am interested in your reporting that there is, I guess, heavily redacted FOIA documents that suggest that Joe Biden has been collaborating with the intelligence community to prosecute these federal cases against Donald Trump. And we'll see how that shakes out. Matt, great reporting to you and Schellenberger. I suggest everybody go to your website, your Substack, and read it for yourself.
Once again, he was right. He was right. People laughed at Trump when he said that. People laughed at him.
Was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my
Well,
campaign.
there's no
Leslie.
real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's
No.
all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is...
He was telling the truth. He was telling the truth. Like this is, oh man.
Maybe the biggest lie of all, repeatedly and with no facts to back him up, making the outrageous claim that the so-called deep state spied on his campaign. He did it again today.
But I hope it's not true, but it looks like it is.
It's not true. It's a lie.
Did the intelligence community spy on President Trump and his campaign?
No, we did not.
This is not just an angry president popping off. This is a deliberate and coordinated effort to save his presidency, to cast doubt on the Russia investigation by repeating a lie, repeating it every chance he gets. And that repetition is a key part of the strategy here, because if you hear him say the same thing over and over and over, it gets into your head. You may even start to wonder if there's some truth to it.
Oh, you mean like what y'all be doing when y'all repeat the same thing over and over again just to make it get in people's heads? You know, it's interesting how this stuff is playing out, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's just right there in our face now. Right there. Trump was proven right once again. It's a recurring theme, man. Unbelievable.
Same thing over and over and over. It gets into your head. You may even start to wonder if there's some truth to it.
This concerning new report accusing President Obama's CIA of curating the 2016 Russia collusion hoax by asking foreign intelligence agencies to illegally spy on the Trump campaign.
John Brennan had identified 26 Trump associates for the Five Eyes to target. A source confirmed that the IC had identified them as people to bump or make contact with or manipulate. They were targets of our own IC and law enforcement, targets for collection and misinformation.
And we are called the extremist and the conspiracy theorist. Well, 6 to 7 months later, we're usually proven correct. This one took a little longer, okay, a little longer, but the results, you know, are bearing out to look like the same thing. Us being proven right once again. And, you know, it all makes sense. Now, like you said, we can't prove this with 100% certainty. I have to say that. We can't prove it, all right? So don't hit me with no misinformation. But it does look like things are lining up to say, hey, Trump was right once again. He was not lying about that entire situation. Even though you heard and saw there that, oh my goodness, Trump's big lie, big lie, big lie. And he's trying to repeat it so it sticks in your brain, you know? No, doesn't seem like he was lying. And it all makes sense. Because when you sit back and you think about it, I mean, think about it from this perspective, and I'm going to let you guys get out of here. If Trump is as weak of an opponent as the media has claimed and the Biden administration has claimed, if Trump is so unelectable, why don't you let him run against you without all of this crap going on? Why don't you just let him run in the election and you squash him like a bug? You absolutely humiliate him to the point of no return. Why not? Have you guys ever sat back and asked yourself that? I know I have. If Trump is that unelectable, if he is that easily beatable, why all of this other stuff going on? I would want him on the ticket against my guy. I would want Trump on the ticket against my guy. Because I know he's unelectable. I know he can't win. So yeah, come on. Let's get on this ticket. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to humiliate you so bad politically that you're not going to want to step in politics ever again. And I'm going to laugh at you on your way out. Why don't they do that, though? Great question, huh? Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right? And how do you feel about all of this? Was he really being spied on? Talk to me. Peace and love. I'm out.